What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tony Reads. In this video, I'm going to be doing a reading vlog. I am currently reading a book on my Kindle, and it is called Murder Road. And if you watch my last video or last 2-3 videos or something, I have put this on my TBR, my Kindle TBR, because I do have a physical TBR as well. But I put this on my Kindle TBR. I was really excited about reading this book. The author is Simone St. James. She's been highly recommended by a lot of you all. And just a book called Murder Road just sounds good to me anyway. The thing that's the thing that's weird about this though is that today is, I don't know when I'm going to publish this video, but today is May 8th. And I actually started this book on April 26th. And it's never taken me that long, I don't think, to read any book like ever. And so I'm just sitting here like, why can't I keep an interest in this book? It's not stupid. And I wouldn't really even say it's slow paced, but something about it is just making it, it's not like I'm like, I hate it, I don't want to read, but it's also not making me excited. Like, it's not really a page turner like a lot of the other books that I read. I mean, the book, like, the story starts off good. So basically what happens, there's a man named Eddie, and he has a wife named April. They're newlyweds, and they're kind of like poor or whatever, well, low income, whatever. And they just got married like 5 days ago or something like that. And they're going on a honeymoon in some small little town or something somewhere, and they're driving. And as they're driving, it's like literally in the middle of nowhere, and it's at night, and they pick up a girl. She's not really, or a young lady, she's not really hitchhiking, but she's walking down the street like at 2 a.m. in the morning, looking down, walking real slow and everything. So they thought something was wrong with her. So they stop, and they say, hey, we can take you to wherever you're trying to go. She gets in the car. They look around. She's like, there's like blood everywhere, like coming out of her chest and stuff. And they're like, okay, we need to get you to the hospital or whatever. She kind of directs them to where the hospital is in another little small town or whatever close by. They go there. The girl ends up dying in the hospital like almost immediately. She had been like stabbed several times, like in the chest or whatever. And this is not a spoiler, not a spoiler at all. This literally happens in the first few pages of the book. Then the story just kind of takes off from there. So there are cops and detectives involved, but I wouldn't say this is really a crime thriller. This is some other kind of thriller. And I don't know what kind of thriller it is. It's really, like right now I'm on page 210 and I'm about 63% into the book, because the Kindle tells you what the percent is or whatever. And I think I might have an idea of what really happened. But then again, I'm not familiar with this author, so I don't know how many plot twists she's going to do or whatever. But I have an idea about what happened. And so what I do like about Simone St. James is that she's building the character, but she builds the character throughout the story versus taking like chapters upon chapters trying to tell you the background history of a character. I don't like when authors do that because I get like really bored. I just like to know about them. If there's something in their past I need to know or whatever, I just want to know it. I don't want to go into a drawn out story in order to build their character or whatever. So I think she does do a good job of that. Clearly, this is a mystery. I mean, this is a thriller. So of course, both April and Eddie, the husband and wife, they have secrets, and they're revealing little by little things about their personality and things that have happened in them in the past. And I think what's going to turn out is something that happened to one of them in the past has something to do with this girl being murdered. So in this small town, like there's several murders that have happened, like maybe like 6 or something over the past years, but it hasn't been like in a short span of time. It's been like since 1976, and then now in this book, I believe takes place in the early 90s. And so basically the husband and wife, Eddie and April, they're trying to they get interested in this story since they're the ones that picked up that girl that ended up dying. And they're trying to find clues and figure out what happened or whatever. And of course, like I said, it's a small town. There might be some secrets and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's a good, solid book. But for some reason, I'm just it's taken me forever to read it. So that's why I kind of decided to do this vlog, because I just want to go hard today. I kind of want to finish it today. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I do want to finish it in the next few days, so I'm ready to just move on and get to some of my other stories. So here it is. I'll let you guys know what I think as time goes by, but let's get into this vlog. Okay, so as I'm sitting here reading, so I haven't used my Kindle that much. I think like literally this is probably only my third book on the Kindle, maybe fourth. And as I said in another video, I said I might buy some accessories for it. So when I first got my Kindle, I made a video and everything. I was all excited, and somebody had commented and they said you'll want to get a page turner. I was thinking, I was like, that sounds kind of cool or whatever. But to myself, I was kind of thinking, I don't need no page turner. All you have to do is sit there and flip, take your finger and swipe or whatever. It's, not that serious. But now as I'm sitting here spending more time with my Kindle, I realize I do want a page turner, because I was sitting here in a very comfortable position trying to hold my Kindle in my hand and then swipe and all that kind of stuff. It just wasn't as comfortable as I normally like. So I think I'm going to invest in that. And also I just realized as I'm sitting here reading my Kindle too, I know a lot of people have like those Kindle stands, like you can clip them on your nightstand or clip them on a table or something like that, and it kind of holds your Kindle for you. At first I was thinking I didn't really need something like that, because you just carry this around and it's so easy. But actually, as I'm spending more time with my Kindle, I think I do want one of those. So stay tuned. I'm probably going to have a Kindle accessory haul video coming up. So I just finished a little bit more reading during my lunch break today, and the story now is starting to unfold, and it's getting a little bit deeper, and it gets my mind going a little bit further. It's still, I'm gonna admit, it's kind of slow. I'm thinking that the end, whatever that's going to be, is going to be worth it. But I do understand why it's just taking me so long, because it's just like, it's really slow to get to the point. So there's also in this small town, and I can't remember what, Cold Lake Falls or something like that. I don't remember. They had, when I told you guys they had picked up that girl and she ended up dying in the hospital. Of course, since the blood was on their hands or whatever, they were questioned and stuff for it. And so that's what made them more interested in figuring out what happened as well. And so they did meet this lady named Rose, who owned a bed and breakfast. Like it's really old fashioned. It's like weird. It has all these weird gaudy decorations in it. And she's all obsessed with Princess Diana and stuff. And this is like, I told you this book is like, I said, it is the 90s. It's early 90s, because they keep mentioning like O.J. Simpson and stuff. But anyway, so they're staying with her because they decided they didn't get to do their honeymoon the way they wanted to in the hotel that they wanted to. So they're just going to stay at her bed and breakfast a couple more days or whatever and try to figure out the mystery of these killings and everything. And so there's a legend in this little town called the Lost Girl. And the legend is like this girl died or whatever a long time ago. But people, if you drive down the street where they picked up that girl, she's seen walking sometimes. And if you see this bright light or fluorescent light or something, it means you're going to be next. And so they did see that light the night that they picked up that girl, but nothing's happened to them yet. So I just wanted to bring up that point. But anyway, yeah, that's the book is, I mean, it's getting interesting, but it's still like taking a very long time to get there. So I'm going to keep going though. I really want to finish it now because I want to know what's going to happen. But I hope in Simone St. James' other books that they go a little bit faster than this. Okay, so it's my favorite time of the day when I get off of work and it's dinner time. As you guys can see, well, I think I showed it to you. I'm having pizza, Papa John's, that new crusty kind or whatever it's called, with the crispy or crispy crusty, whatever it's called, with the crispy pepperonis. I love pizza. Is my absolute favorite food. I could eat it every single day. Then of course I have my favorite Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew. So I'm gonna guzzle all this down, and then after that I'm gonna get back to Murder Road. Okay, so I'm back. It's actually a couple days later. I didn't get to read near as much as I wanted to and what I thought. I'm on chapter 36 now. I'm 78% done, and I'm on page 265. So I'm pretty positive I'm going to be able to finish this book today. So the book took an interesting turn. It's much better now. At first I was saying it's slow pace, and it's still like a little slow to me, but not so slow where I want to just put it down and not finish it. There were some secrets that were revealed about the two main characters, which is Eddie and April, the husband and wife. Secrets that were revealed that make me want to definitely figure out what the plot twist is going to be. There's still not really a plot twist. Another thing I do want to mention about this book is something that I like, actually. There's like a, and some of you guys might not like this. I do, because I'm a horror fan as well. I don't read horror books, but I do watch a lot of horror movies. And this has kind of like a supernatural little aspect to it. I won't even say little. It's pretty big in the story. However, I don't know, I really don't, I'm not familiar with this author at all, so I don't really know what's going to turn out of all this. But like, for example, one of my favorite authors is Riley Sager. And a lot of times his books, and I always mention this a lot, I do like it. In his books, there's mentions of like people hearing sounds or thinking there's a ghost or something, or seeing things, you know, all that kind of stuff. There's been like Ouija boards mentioned. I'm not really into that kind of stuff, but Ouija boards mention, you know, things like that have you kind of like, when you're reading the book, you kind of think, oh my gosh, there's a ghost or something like that. But then when it turns out in the end, it's not a ghost. Everything ties together and there's really not anything supernatural to it. Well, this book, like I said, there's people seeing somebody that should have been dead. And there's this legend, like I said, of the lost girl whose ghost is supposed to be floating around. They see this light and nobody knows what it is out in the woods and stuff. And so that's kind of in there. But since I don't know if this author, Simone St. James, I think that's her name. I can't remember. I've been reading this book for so long. I don't know if her style is to keep that ghostly, scary part in it, or is it all going to end up that someone was just mentally ill and they were seeing things. I just don't know because I'm not familiar with this author. So I'm really curious to know what's going to happen in the end. But yeah, I'm going to get back to reading it. And hopefully I can get a lot. I know, like, you know, hopefully I can get a lot of work. Hopefully I can get a lot of reading done today. I really want to finish this and just kind of know what's going to happen in the end. And I kind of want to move on. I have so many books I want to read now, especially on my Kindle, that I really just want to move on. So, and I'm not type, I was going to try to read 2 books at once because I see a lot of people actually do that. I just don't think I can handle it. I think it's only 1 book at a time for me for right now. I might try to do 2 one day, but that will be the max. But anyway, let me get back to some reading. Okay, so I'm back. I was very determined to finish this book, Murder Road by Simone St. James, today because I really just want to move on to something else. Now, as you can see in this vlog, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I kind of went back and forth. First, I was saying it was slow, too slow, and then I was kind of saying that, oh, there's this plot twist that I think is really about to happen, blah, blah, blah. But when I got to the end, I was actually pretty disappointed. I didn't like this book. It's not a DNF because I kept having hopes that it was going to get better. I think it had the potential to be better. I don't know what I was thinking. Really, when I just went back because I was like, what made me buy this book and what made me want to read this book so bad? And I went back and read it, and it's everything in the little synopsis or whatever. It's everything that I already told you guys already. A couple, they're driving down the road. This is not a spoiler. This is what's, in the summary. They're driving down the road. They pick up a hitchhiker. The hitchhiker dies. They end up getting questioned. They become suspects. They end up there's grisly murders that have happened in a small town or whatever. They end up trying to find out what actually happened, blah, blah, blah. And then I added to that, I said that they had some secrets about them. I thought that was going to be the key turning point, the key to the plot twist, the key to making it a great story, but it didn't turn out that way. Yes, they did have secrets. Yes, the secrets connected to somehow, whatever. They had something to do with the murders or whatever. I just put it like that. But the story, I just felt it was making me get excited, get geared up for the end, for the plot twist or multiple plot twists. And I just didn't, I didn't get that. It just like fizzled out at the end. So disappointed. Honestly, as some of you guys know, I haven't been reading for that long, but I will say this is probably in my top 5 worst books that I've read. I think still the worst book I've ever read was The X by Frida McFadden. I was actually shocked that I didn't like one of her books, so she's my favorite author. But this one probably is this one's a close second, I'll put it that way. I don't recommend this book to anybody. But unless you, like, if you're really, I was looking, I was like, why did I want this in the first place? It clearly said in the summary something about a supernatural force, so I'm not giving anything away about that. There was, and as I told you guys earlier, there was a supernatural aspect to it. I just didn't really like that. I thought it was actually kind of corny. I haven't given up on Simone St. James, though. I don't remember what the books are called, but I'm going to give her another shot, actually. This book just wasn't for me. I just didn't like it. I thought it was more than just the ending could have been better. I thought the way everything tied together just could have been better. So whatever, I just count it as a loss and just move on. I'm not going to love every single book that I read. And as I told you guys before, I'm not one big on DNFing unless it's just horrible, horrible, horrible and has no hope. I thought this one had hope, and that's why I kept going. So whatever. But anyway, I'm excited now. I read that. I took a chance on a new author. Now I'm going to go back to what I know, and I'm going to read a book that I've had for a very long time, and it's called it's not The Good Son or The Other Son. It's called The Perfect Son by Frida McFadden. I'm going to go ahead and read that one. That is not on my Kindle. That is a printed book that I've had for a very long time, and I want to hurry up. I want to check off as many Freedom McFadden books as I can, as quickly as I can. So I'm going to read that one next, and hopefully I like it. I've heard a lot of people say that it was really good, so hopefully I like it. But anyway, if you like this video, thumbs up. If you read Murder Road, let me know what your thoughts are. I really want to hear them. Also, if you read any other books by Simone St. James, I want to hear about what your thoughts are on those too. And also, as usual, if you have any book recommendations, thrillers, let me know what those are and put those in the comments, and authors as well. But I will see you in the next video.